Congressman-Elect Mike Haradopoulos, who's joining us right now on Florida's Voice. I like that. It's got a nice ring to it. How are you today, sir?
I like the sound of that as well. Thank you so much, Drew. Great to be on this morning. And it's been an amazing week for our country. And of course, a huge win by Donald Trump. And it looks like we're actually going to keep control of the House of Representatives and, of course, take the United States Senate. The people have spoken, and it's time to move this country forward.
Yeah, a lot of hard work, I know, on your part. Certainly, as you were out there, as you're talking to constituents, as you're talking to people now, do you get the sense, like I have in talking to people, and quite honestly, even some people, some Democrats, I joke around with, but in all honesty, I get this almost like a sigh of relief. Like they feel like help is on the way because they've been living through what we've all been living through. It doesn't matter what party you're with. You have the same issues that we all have with regard to the things that have happened in the country. And so there is this feeling of help's on the way. Did you get that same feeling?
I really do. I think people have been struggling for 4 years, especially with higher and higher prices, and they see the chaos overseas and of course right at our border, and they just feel like the government's not on their side anymore. It seems like they look out for the extremes and that they're not looking out for the folks who really make America work every day. And I'm optimistic that with President Trump's agenda, which is shared by those of us in the United States House of Representatives and Senate, that we can do one thing: secure the border, do everything we can to become energy independent. And third, by doing that, we can help drive down prices coupled with the idea of slowing down government spending. You do those three things, you see a remarkable change in the United States. And I think that's what most people are looking for. The old saying in 1992 is it's the economy, stupid. I think there's a combination of that. And the other one is it's the border, stupid. I mean, Kamala Harris was just not believable when she said she wanted to change things at the border after 4 years of chaos. And people said, you know what, Donald Trump, however unique he is a fighter. And when he says he wants to do something, he is going to do something. And whenever you get a second bite at the apple, he knows exactly the levers of power, which he was a little bit unfamiliar with when he started in 2017. And I think you're going to see a House behind him this time, as opposed to Paul Ryan and others who weren't exactly supportive when he took office in January of 2017.
Yeah, I think that's such an important point. The difference that all of his time moving forward has made for him has shown him the quite honestly the people surrounding him right now and Republicans overall. The great bench, if you will, as people describe, and the choices and the places that he can go right now. It's really remarkable if they can stick to the script and get the things done that need to get done. And you know better than anybody what it's like, for example, when you stick to your conservative values, for me, and even the last conversation we had, the importance of fiscal responsibility, of keeping an eye on all of these things that, sometimes it's not pretty, it's not flashy, it's not the thing that's shiny and beautiful for people, but it is the important thing that needs to happen. That fiscal responsibility, that look forward, that idea that we know exactly from our past the good things that we can do once again to get us to where we need to be. I hope that makes sense.
It does. And yeah, you put it best. It's not sexy, but it's the thing you have to do. It's the way that businesses and families make things work. There's a difference between what you want and what you can afford. And we need to start focusing on the basics once again and take care of the people who made this country an amazing country, and tell people who want to come here, you're welcome here, but you have to play by the rules. And if you want to come here, you need to contribute day one. You don't want to be a ward of the state when you come into our nation. And so it's a very simple playbook. It's served our country for almost 250 years. And this is a land of opportunity, not of results. And one of those results we need to have is let's balance the budget. Let's think about how we do that, because right now, for every dollar that's spent in your taxpayer dollars, 20 cents goes to the budget to pay off things that happened in the past. That's not looking out for our kids' future. And so I'm really optimistic. I think the Senate is going to do their part. I know we'll need, in a lot of cases, 60 votes. And if it's not there, to bore your crowd a little bit here on the show, we need budget reconciliation, meaning we need to push through those measures of the and make sure we don't spend those unspent dollars, put it back into the treasury, get rid of all these new IRS agents that aren't going to be looking out for you and I. They're going to be looking out for new dollars to take from you,
Yeah.
and make sure that we actually have a border that's not porous but secured, and send folks back to Mexico unless they pass all the standards that are necessary and meet the qualifications of the people around the world who've been waiting for years to do so.
Right, no doubt. I talked about this the other day, and maybe you can comment on it if you'd like. But I'm always amazed at how when you ask people to do things as you have studied in government, and you say, well, these things can be cut, some of these things can go away. We can do without this, like the study of and what even President Trump has been talking about to look at how the government is run and to see whether or not there is waste, whether or not there are things that can be cut, and how that strikes fear in people as if you go away from what is going on right now, somehow everything will collapse as if it's perfect right now. And I can't imagine any other way. Like, of course, there's another way and there's a better way. And you have to be willing to. And I think you are that type of person. It's one of the things I appreciate about you is that I think you're one of those people that, look, we do what we have to do. This is for the good of the American people. We've got to explain to them, articulate the position. But at the end of the day, when you do these things, you will do good.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and I think it comes down to the good news with Elon Musk helping out in this election cycle. He understands efficiency. He understands getting the maximum out of every single dollar. He
Right.
understands what it's like to build a business. We need to operate our government a lot more like a business today. What is the return on investment when we make different tax policies? Is it going to grow this economy, or is it just a feel-good measure so that it sounds good in a soundbite? So I think these are the things we need to look at as we look at the tax cuts that Donald Trump put in place that are up for grabs again this year, the Trump tax cuts. We need to look at every one of those and say, what best grows the economy as opposed to, again, plays political games, and which programs have simply either outlived its usefulness, or there's a lot of duplicity where it's already being done in the private sector or under some other government program. We need to
Yeah.
look at that kind of work. It's arduous, it's difficult, but that's the way you balance the budget. You grow the economy and you get rid of wasteful or duplicate spending. That's how we're going to turn this country around.
Yeah, before we go, you mentioned Elon Musk. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy where we are right now, where you have RFK Jr., Elon Musk, you have Tulsi Gabbard, you have people who, in the past may have taken sides politically, but now realize what's at stake and how we can work together. And there is a president that can get all of these things done in these specifics. How, when you're in this place and you have these kind of people around you, it's it just bodes well for the country, for everybody. Like the excitement, I think is there. It's tangible. I'm looking forward to it. I really am, and I'm sure you are as well.
We are, Drew, and I can't thank you enough for putting shows like us on. We need to be talking about good ideas, not just
Yeah.
being partisan for partisan's sake. We need to really roll up our sleeves, see what we can agree on as Republicans and Democrats, and then move the ball forward, because it's become too much about talk, not about action. And so with Elon Musk and Donald Trump really leading the charge, and those of us in the House and Senate pushing that agenda, I think we can turn around this country and make yourself feel proud again to fly the flag and move this country forward and make us the shining city on the hill.
All right. All right, let's do it. Come on, I'm ready to. I'm excited. I'm kind of a little pumped, sir, as you can
I
imagine.
am
But
as well. Let's go to work.
I
Let's
know.
go.
I know. Let's go. All right. I was gonna say I roll up my sleeves, but I'm wearing a t-shirt today, so I'm already kind of sort of rolled up sleeves there. All right. Listen, I hope we have you on again soon. Always enjoy your visit. All right. So we'll do
Be
this
my
again. All
pleasure,
the
Drew.
best.
Have a great week, and
All right.
what a great week. Thanks for everything. See you
Absolutely.
soon.
Congratulations. God bless. All right. There he goes. That is Congressman-Elect Mike Karadopoulos joining us on Florida's Voice. Always great to see you.